Good evening, Philippines. This is Mike Padua, and we're back to our latest analysis. And we are now introducing the initial update on Super Typhoon Henry, okay, and also Tropical Depression Gardo, which is very close to each other, doing some binary interaction. It's doing some Fujiwara effect interaction between two tropical cyclones, and the stronger one, which is expected to absorb the weaker system. And this is for today, Wednesday, August 31st, last day of August. And this is brought to you by Typhoon 2000 in partnership with Aboitiz Power and Naga College Foundation Incorporated. Now let's begin with our update. Here's the fast animation from the University of Wisconsin Tropical Cyclone page. It looks like Super Typhoon Henry is now slowly expanding its wind area and has entered the Philippine area of responsibility. That's why we are now mentioning Henry, since Pag-asa is now mentioning this, and likely there will be bulletins already on this tropical cyclone. And here comes the other tropical system. This is Tropical Depression Gardo, which is quite disorganized as of this time, and it is forecast that within the next few days the track is going to move towards that direction and into the circulation of Henry, as Henry will move more to the southwest, okay, and stall here for the next 24 to 48 hours until September 3 before it moves towards the north in the general direction of Korea and western Japan. So the northeast monsoon the southwest monsoon or habagat is still absent as of this time, but within the next few days it will be reactivated, and this typhoon will become much larger as it moves into more warmer sea surface temperature and higher moisture content that will pave way for more larger wind area and larger rain area of this system. So if we take a look at the fast animation, again, this is the zoom in from University of Wisconsin to show to you the eye, and it has already undergoing some eye-wall replacement cycle. That's why the system has gone down from 260 category 5, and it's already at super typhoon threshold with winds of 240 kph. And here comes again the tropical depression Gardo, which is fighting for its survival, okay, since the upper level dry air from this tropical system is destroying the circulation of Gardo. And if we take a look at the fast animation also from the RAMBB, SIRA, this is also from NOAA. And as you can see, the storm passed to the south of Okinawa, bringing some gale force winds over the island. And as you can see also here that the rain bands near its center is quite weak, okay, it's only around 250 millimeters. That's the highest based on the latest NOAA data. And if we now take a look at the zoom in satellite animation, which focuses the which shows to you the tropical cyclone and the Philippine Islands. These are localized thunderstorms generated by the trough from Gardo, but within the next 24 to 48 hours, it will be replaced by westerly and southwesterly winds, or the habagat, as this tropical cyclone or super typhoon moves more to the southwest, and it will stall here, okay, around 126 east longitude and 22 north latitude. It's also going to affect Batanes and Babuing Cubao Islands with some gale force winds, 30 to 60 kph, and some rough seas along the coastal areas of Batanes and Babuyan Islands, and also the areas of extreme northern Luzon. The coastal areas will have choppy waves because of the wind area of this cyclone, which is expected to expand up to Batanes area. So expect some storm signals to be raised here over Batanes. Okay, and here's the track from Typhoon 2000, which we issued around 11 a.m. As you can see, the track will move more to the south, and it will stall there for the next 24 to 48 hours, slowly weakening, and it will accelerate on September 3, and it will be moving out of the Philippine area of responsibility on Sunday, September 4, as it accelerates towards the Korean Peninsula and western Japan. And here's the global, here's the Asian agency's tracks on Henry or Hinnamnor. And as you can see, majority of them is considering a sudden shift towards the north after 4 to 5 days. After it will stay, after remaining stationary for the next 2 days, beginning tomorrow until September 3, just to the east-northeast of Extreme Northern Luzon. So we expect the southwest monsoon to be reactivated. Here's the global models. As you can see, it's becoming more dispersed, and it's harder to predict on what will be the forecast track. Some say it will move towards Taiwan. Other ones here, okay, while only a single tracking, this is the Canadian model, shows it towards western Japan. So right now, the forecast is gauged more to the European and the American model, which is right here in the middle. So it will still move towards the Korean Peninsula within the next 5 days. Here's the rainfall forecast for the next 3 days until Saturday. Tomorrow afternoon, we expect slowly the winds from the west will begin in response to the approach of Super Typhoon Henry. And on Friday, it will start to bring rains and thunderstorms across the western sections of Luzon, from Ilocos region down to the Mimaropa area, and also some thunderstorms over the Bicol region, but not much compared to the western sections of central and northern Luzon, which they could be experiencing some on and off rainfall with thunderstorms because of the approach of Super Typhoon Henry, which will remain stationary for the next 2 to 3 days east-northeast of Batanes beginning tomorrow. And on Saturday, the system will start to move towards the north slowly, and the effects of the monsoon will remain. So folks down there in the Ilocos region, from Pangasinan, Zambales, Tarlac, Pampanga, Benguet, the Cordillera Administrative Region, okay, let me correct it, since during the past videos I always say autonomous region. Okay, so thank you for giving me so these areas will have bad weather because of the southwest monsoon, but let's hope and pray that the rainfall is not much, but we should be prepared since it's still La Nina. Okay, so there could be more rainfall in store since tropical or super typhoon Henry will remain quasi-stationary for the next 2 to 3 days beginning tomorrow until September 3, and we expect that the southwest monsoon will bring lots of rainfall across the western sections of northern and central Luzon. That also includes Metro Manila, but not much. It will be more frequent over La Union, Ilocos region, over La Union, Ilocos provinces, and also Pangasinan, La Union, Benguet, Tarlac, Zambales. So those areas that I've been mentioning during the past few minutes. And on Sunday, there's still the effects of the monsoon, but on Monday, the more thunderstorms will be expected over Benguet area, and on Tuesday it will slowly dissipate. So it's quite a 5-day forecast of rainfall that will be expected across western Luzon because of the stationary Super Typhoon Henry. Okay, here's the rainfall accumulation for the next 3 days. As you can see, heavy to extreme heavy rains will be expected over Ilocos region down to the western sections of central Luzon. But again, folks up there in the Ilocos region, please take all necessary precautions. This violet thing is the stationary Super Typhoon Henry, which is expected to bring more rainfall over the North Philippine Sea and also affecting Batanes and Babuyan Group of Islands. Bicol region, not much, just passing showers. Overall, it's gonna be good weather. Okay, and but again, in the Bicol region, we expect thunderstorms, so watch out for those lightning strikes, and also across some portions of Visayas and Mindanao. So the focus of this rain event brought about by the monsoon is concentrated over Ilocos region and western sections of central Luzon. Please take all necessary precautions, okay, on this monsoonal system, which is expected to be activated again by tomorrow until September 3 or 4. Now, here's the Global Tropics Hazards and Benefits Outlook of the Climate Prediction Center, and which will be replacing their outlook into a new one. There will be no longer week 1 since there are lots of changes based on their analysis, and week 2 that will begin on week 2, as they say. Okay, and that red dot for week 1 valid August 31 to September 6. That's the small but very powerful Super Typhoon Henry. While on week 2, another formation is expected. Again, the same areas, since September is common for this kind of cyclone genesis here over the northern parts of the Philippine Sea and the southern seas of Japan. And let's take a look now on our graph sat that we issued early this morning. There you go. This is now the Fujiwara effect, or the binary interaction between two tropical cyclones within 1,500 kilometers of each other. And it looks like Gardo is the losing one, since Hinnamnor or Henry is the much powerful system. So it will slowly eat the circulation of Gardo into the circulation of Hinnamnor or Henry. So expect this Gardo to dissipate within the next 2 days. Again, trough will be expected over Bicol region, Central Luzon. That's why we are experiencing some rains and thunderstorms. So far, that's the latest for this Wednesday, and we will return tomorrow, Thursday, for another update on Henry and Gardo on what will be the new forecast for the next 3 days. So we will keep you updated. Again, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, MrTyphoon.tv, or youtube.com/MrTyphoon, or at our Facebook page, MrTyphoon.com, or Facebook.com/MrTyphoon for the latest video updates, and also latest advisories, storm watches on tropical cyclones. This is Mike Padua reporting. Stay safe always. Be #WithAWiser, and thank you so much for watching our channel.